Here's an update on the progress of the Series 2A Land Rover. We have a corner of scrap metal sat on the front bumper, which needs to be, somebody had welded it straight to the chassis, so that needs to be all cut back still. Then the diesel engine, just prepping up. I need to get some bolts so I can fit it on the stand and start strip down on that. Probably not going to do a complete strip down. I do know it turns over, but I would expect it to be a lot more difficult to turn over, and so I suspect maybe the piston rings have gone or something. Well, lack of compression. Chassis, nearly a rolling chassis. Sat there doing very little these days. I do have the new set of brake pipes to put on. I've got tyres, some new tyres under there, and one of the old tyres is still in good enough condition, so that can be the spare. I'm waiting for a wheel to arrive, fresh from eBay, so I can have a spare wheel. These drums, had to replace the hubs, the hub assembly on the rears, and it's a Britpart thing. I think it's for a slightly later version, suffix H onwards, and the screw that fixes the drum to the hub assembly, I've no idea what the thread is, so I've got a few of them on order, and hopefully they'll fit when they turn up. I've got some mud flaps down there that need attaching, and I've scuffed it enough to need to go over the paintwork on the chassis and just touch up in places. But apart from that, apart from putting the brake pipes on, the next job is to drop the gearbox in. To the workshop, have various little piles of things just waiting for a few parts that I missed to turn up, hopefully today or tomorrow. Gearbox has been completely stripped down and rebuilt. New bearings in the gearbox, but I kept the bearings in the transfer box because they were in pretty good nick. So I'm waiting for an oil seal so I can finish off the output into the brake. I've also got a snapped off bolt that I need to drill out on that, so I'm waiting for some more metal drills because my tiny ones have all been snapped. What am I waiting for here? Repair kit for this, although I might just replace it because it's not too expensive. This snapped off, so again I'll give it a go taking that out, and then we'll see if I can make something decent with the repair kit. If not, I'll just have to buy a new one. Waiting for the O-ring to go on there, then that can be reassembled on top of the gearbox. There's the handbrake, quite a lot of parts on order for that. There's lots of little bits that were just missing or rotten. Onto the wheels. These, the bottom one there has been cleaned up. Comes up quite nicely with a wire brush attachment to an angle grinder, and plenty of time. So I've got to do the others. Then under here, it's all the parts. Should have enough paint there to to paint the whole Land Rover. So the wheels are going to be the first test of my first experience with spray painting. I've obviously used a rattle can before, but never sprayed it properly. Then the next big job is to rebuild this bulkhead. So I've built a jig. It's not quite finished. It needs fixing at the bottom. But because the base of the bulkhead had snapped off when I removed it, just rotted through, I can't actually attach it there, so I'm going to have to try and get these off, the hinges off, and weld a bracket on to hold it at the hinge. I can then, the jig will allow me to rotate the thing 180 degrees, so I can get at everything easily, and keep everything square while I cut various bits off. Both sides of the pillars are going to have to be replaced. Footwells, so the footwells are sat there, the pillars are sat there. Parts of this are in quite good condition. A lot of work here. So the pillar will be replaced here. Probably have to build this area up again. This will all have to be redone. The rest of this is in okay condition until you get to this side. This had a lot of filler in it, and there's a block of wood there which I can feel. I'll put my hand underneath it and I can feel all the way across here is this block of wood. So that's going to have to come out. Tempted to get a section for this rather than making it myself, because it's so badly damaged. Then onto here. That's not too bad. That can be replaced easily. The biggest part actually is all the way across here. There's a complete plate. It goes about halfway down this tray, I believe, and it is completely rotted out. And then when you get to this side, somebody had put fiberglass in it. So I've pulled out as much as I could, but I think I'm going to have to drill out the welds and carefully remove the whole of the dash assembly, just so I can repair that section. There's a little bit of rot here. Again, that's not too bad. Let's just cut it out, replace it, grind it back. Centre section is actually in quite good nick. Obviously both the footwells are complete goners. But that's the next big task. Then I should be able to, that and the engine, rebuild. And then I can try and work towards getting the thing actually running and moving around. Okay. I think that's everything covered, other than the other pile of scrap metal here. I'm not throwing anything out just yet, because you never know when you need to take a look at it, measure something or get a part number off something. I'm sure the scrap metal pile will grow before this job's done. Okay, that's it.